If you were a player whose nation was not in the World Cup, or a player who was not selected for the country at the World Cup, what would you do? Would you go on vacation with your family, enjoy the time off, sulk and cry that your nation did not go to the World Cup, or you did not get picked by them, or do you work hard on the training field to prove why you should have been selected in the first place? It seems as though Jadon Sancho has taken that upon himself this offseason as he looks to regain his spot in the Manchester United lineup, as well as prove to Gareth Southgate and English fans on why he deserves to be in the English squad and why he deserves a starting spot in the Manchester United 11. What's up, guys? Let's talk football here, and today we look at if Jadon Sancho can redeem himself going into the next half of the season. Jadon Sancho hasn't had a good season, however, he hasn't had a terrible season in his second season at Manchester United. Already having gone through 3 manager changes, Sancho's had a tough time adjusting to the different playstyles and the different positions he's been played in by various managers. However, the once Borussia Dortmund starlet seems to have not found himself in the red side of Manchester. And what is that exactly down to? With already 14 games played on the season for Sancho, and only coming from that is 3 goals and 1 assist, it's simply not good enough, especially if you look at the impact Anthony has had on the right wing under Erik ten Hag, a signing the manager wanted to make and that he got the results out of. Anthony has made life even more difficult for Sancho, as finding a way back into this starting 11 before the England starting 11 is his first job in returning to the form he once was at Dortmund. Obviously, even if he doesn't get to those highs, United fans should at least expect 50% of the player they saw at Dortmund. The price tag may be weighing down the expectations, however, we've seen players come in for bigger price tags and dominate the league. With Erik ten Hag coming in at the start of the season, it seemed to spark a new era, a new type of football, an attacking prowess that Jadon Sancho had been known for his time at Dortmund and his short time in the England squad. However, even though he went through a nice spell of form in preseason and had his shining moments in the season that we are currently in, a run of consistent form is what United fans and Erik ten Hag is looking out of the star right winger from England, and something he cannot provide. It's difficult to put your finger onto why. However, I've highlighted some of the key aspects that Sancho has struggled with over his time at United. First off, as I mentioned before, the managerial changes. From going from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a tactical point of view, which most would say was pure vibes and no tactics, Sancho can be let off the hook. It was his first season there, a new manager, a new league. Things were always going to be tough for the young England star. However, when Ralf Rangnick came in, there seemed to be a little more stability about the tactical approach going into game. It seemed that Sancho was allowed to be more direct, take on his man, make the extra pass, or go for goal in instance. However, still, we saw a flash of Sancho's brilliance during that season. However, Rangnick could not get the full key to unlock the potential that we all know he has. Finally, in steps Erik ten Hag, a new era, new attacking football, as I said. However, due to the performances of Marcus Rashford and Anthony, even if Sancho did have a bright patch in this season, Erik ten Hag is going to pick players based on form. And right now, all Sancho can do is train, work hard, and wait for one of these players to fall off form, or prove himself so much in training that Erik ten Hag has to start him. Making cameos off the bench is not what Jadon Sancho came to Manchester United for, and it's definitely part of the struggles. Going from playing 90 minutes week in, week out at one of the best clubs in Germany, to even playing Champions League football with them, to lighting up every competition you've been in, to riding the bench at United with a hefty price tag on your name, and pundits and media looking at every chance to exploit your wrongs. It's not been an easy journey for Sancho, however, he does not have to look far for inspiration, as his fellow teammate Marcus Rashford went through the similar spell where fans, pundits, and even sometimes coaches were all writing him off. However, Rashford trained hard, went through even darker spells in his career, and still came out on top. And now he is firing for England and is joint top scorer at the World Cup. Things can change, and if Sancho wants them to change, it's in his power to do so. He's got to persevere through the tough times and look ahead to greener pastures ahead, and I'm sure Sancho will be given many chances throughout the second half of the season with ten Hag. There is a chemistry between him, Anthony Martial, and Marcus Rashford up front. However, as I said, with Anthony there, things get a little bit tricky. Obviously, if Martial does get injured yet again, as he is very injury prone, Rashford can be moved up to the central spot, and Sancho can take up one of the wings. That may be one of his biggest chances to get back in the squad. But obviously, wishing injury upon a player is never the right way to get back in a team. It's making big strides in the right places, and that's exactly what Sancho has to do. In his next 14 games, if he can improve from 3 goals and 1 assist, there's steady improvement being made. Sancho has already been photographed training hard on the pitch at Old Trafford and on his own time in which seemingly seems to be his redemption arc going back into the second half of the season. But let us know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think that Jadon Sancho still has a chance at Manchester United? Or with the arrival of Anthony and the revival of Marcus Rashford, is it curtains for him already? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys in the next one.